Gachiakuta is one of those shows that really could have went in any direction for real. I feel like the beginning of the show was like such a small event in the grand scheme of things, and I feel like we like so far away from it after watching the finale of the season. And this show is great so far. Like, I really like this show. This show is amazing. But the best part about this show is how much more it feels like it has to offer us moving forward, if that makes sense. With that being said, though, let's talk about what we do got, and let's chop it up about it. I feel like the introduction sequence did a pretty good job at laying out Rudo's whole situation, but it left some room for interpretation and some mystery to it as well. The whole social hierarchy of the upper class looking down on the lower class is something that we all familiar with, especially if you live in America. Rudo not giving a fuck about that hierarchy is pretty cool. I like his whole trash philosophy too, and how he views a lot of things like that rich people throw away are actually completely usable if you fix them up a little bit, and that's what he does. Side note, for these niggas to be like poor, all these niggas flee as shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I know like the white a little dingy and shit, but everyone wearing some white shit with some gold trim. These niggas look like slightly unhygienic royalty, my nigga. These niggas flee as fuck. These niggas look low-key look kind of like gods, fuck. These fits do not match the function, I'm not gonna lie. These fits scream Hyde Park. The function in a living facility scream Harvey, my nigga, like real shit. Everywhere in this hodo, it look like a daily healthy serving. A damn bitch, you live like this? Like that's what a home look like, I ain't gonna lie. Even the niggas that was bullying Rudo was flea as shit, fo. Like, look at these niggas. Speaking of bullies, you can kind of see Rudo's full personality in his interaction with them and Chiwa. Rudo's like a little shy and a bit awkward. You could tell his heart is in the right place and shit. Bruh got a thing for Chiwa too, but he just don't fully have the courage and social skills to just like, you know, shoot. Meeting his guardian Regato is actually cool as well. Regato is a G too. I fuck with Regato because he, despite of all like the rumors of like that Rudo father was a killer and people believe that automatically makes him a killer and shit, like as well for some reason, you can tell that there's like no ulterior motives. Like, he has genuine care for folks. Like, he really love folks. He even coached folks up to talk to Chiwa. Like, this is like real father son type shit. And Rudo did it, folks. That nigga Rudo was happy as hell too. That nigga hit that same shit Denji did, folks. Posted his ass with the manager. This is the greatest day of my oh shit, man. They hit that jump, fuck. This is gonna be a recurring joke, by the way. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is gonna be a recurring joke. This should be happening way more often than I think it do. But unfortunately, this nigga Rudo was having way too good of a day, bro. And this is episode 1 of an anime, so you know some fuck shit is about to happen, bro. You just knew it was. They didn't kill my nigga Regato, man. Fuck, man. Kill my nigga Regato. And they done wrongfully convicted Rudo for doing it. And before they dropped him into the pit, she was fed into the same rumors that everybody else said about him and turned her back on him. I'm like, damn, well, she's Rachel now. Like, for real. And he's saying a nigga that did it there too. Like, the day couldn't have got any worse, to be honest, gang. Actually, I lied. If they would have played Carter 6 during the drop the innocent nigga into a pit ceremony, that probably would have been worse. But thankfully, they didn't give him the maximum punishment. I think Rudo has a run-in with a trash beast, and then we beat my nigga Engine. Rudo goes through this whole situation and finds out he's a giver, and Engine takes him to get patched up by a nurse bald nigga. Bald nigga. Then he explains the whole power system of the show, which is pretty cool. I like how the vital instruments work. I feel like that means that everybody's weapon has some kind of story significance, and it's actually interesting to see how these niggas like personalities actually translate to these items and how they fight with these items, if that makes sense. We also meet Zonka here too, and this shit is hilarious, bro. Gachiakuta sure know how to spice up these normal ass interactions and find a way to like make these shits absolutely hilarious and ridiculous and kind of like blown out of proportion. And this is the perfect example of this shit. This first interaction was pretty simple. Rudo steals Zonka's vital instrument to help him trap a cat that stole his money. Misunderstanding. Zonka gets mad, tweaks out, cause Rudo called that shit a stupid stick. Rudo apologizes and Zonka cools out. Even that nigga Rudo was like, damn, this is the first time I defused the situation. They should be cool, right? Hell no. This nigga Rudo greens one of the most atrocious smiles I think I've seen in any form of media. And all of a sudden, this nigga Rudo is fighting this nigga with a plunger, and every swing is propelling a deadly, decrepit dose of dookie towards that nigga. Like, and folks is dodging for his life. Folks, Zonka got to take it off because he didn't want to get hit with that shit, understandably. But he got his ass hawked, and this nigga Rudo does a whole ass NBA Street 2 Game Breaker 2 style jump and contact dunks this nigga with that dookie dispenser, bro. Like, there's so many questions to be had here. Why does that plunger have so much shit in it? Like, the final swing of that shit, shot out at least 24 fluid ounces of shit. The biggest question of them all, how the fuck did we get here, G? Like, bro, this show's so funny, bro. It's so good at making these little things like really hilarious that could be really mundane type shit. Gachiakuta writers got it, folks. Cleaner HQ was phenomenal because we met Simiyu. Shout out to the authors for the black representation, man. It's not often while watching anime and it reminds me of my love for black women, folks. Simiyu could have whatever she wanted from a nigga, and no bap, I ain't gonna lie. Rio's field mission, cool too. Like seeing her fight with scissors, like using her feet and shit, that was kind of raw because I feel like we've seen a decent amount of people use scissors in anime, but I ain't never seen nobody use them in that way, if that makes sense. It was cool to see Rudo kind of like instinctively help one of the supporters out when they were in need type shit. Kind of showing us, even if he's clearly in this whole shit for revenge, he still look like a good person at the end of the day, which is a dilemma that they also like talk about throughout the show too, like the other cleaners and shit. Speaking of supporters, they not like a super major part of the show, but I fuck with Grease and Folo too. Like we meet them here as well. I think it's just enjoyable to see this nigga Rudo actually make friends after all that shit happened to him on the Sphere in the first episode type shit. Grease is like another kind of fatherly figure to Rudo, and I ain't gonna lie, I was a little bit hesitant because this nigga Rudo is on his third father figure. And it's like episode 4 type shit, episode 3 type shit. And you know, he can't be older than 15, so it's slightly treacherous to be in that position in folks' life, you feel me? The next mission was cool too. We got to see Zonka fight a bit more, but the real highlight of this shit was they fight against Jabber, aka YMW Melly, nigga. After Zonka got through with the jobbers, folks popped up behind that nigga like that, why this nigga so mad me? Like, you know what I'm talking about, fuck? This nigga got wicks, bro. This nigga wicks about big as shit. Shout out to the black representation, cause I know this nigga from Florida. All he missing is a gold grill, no bap. This is what we got to see Rudo actually lock in for the first time too. When he was using Grease's charm, that shit was fire. I'm not gonna lie, Jabber low-key a freaky ass nigga though, bro, cause why was he drooling when he seen that shit, folks? This how I know folks a different nigga. This like a nigga upping the gun on you and you get the salivating like, oh, is that a Gen 5 with a switch on it? Like, bro, I don't even want to shoot you no more, bro. Move around, you freaky ass. Freaky ass nigga got a death fetish, bro. Move around, bro. That charm was giving Rudo as ultra instinct low key. That shit was fire. Jabber couldn't land shit on this nigga. Post time, but you can't attack either though. But then Rudo ended up rocking his shit. And mind you, this is a hell of a punch, nigga. Look at Rudo's stance, bro. I don't think he could have put much more force into this shit. Lower body is locked in for this punch. And then Jabber got the nerve to take that punch and then smile after that shit. like that CTE. Rudo just uber black to his shit didn't mean anything. I need to see Jabber, Cam Scatterboo, and Antonio Brown all in one room to have a CTE off. I know it's gonna be very close. And he ain't just take one punch. Jabber is getting his shit rocked, bro. Look at this, bro. And then folks notice that he can only dodge attacks with like ill intent. So you know what this nigga did? Bro stabbed himself and poisoned himself with neurotoxin until he was unconscious. So his charm couldn't pick it up. He couldn't pick up the ill intent. I don't know if you picked it up, right? I don't know if you picked that up, but if you ran that action through Google Translate, I think it would come out as, I hate you nigga, let's die. I think that's what that means. I ain't seen a commitment to a fade like this since Anderson had that holy nail and he used that bitch to fight Alucard, bro. This shit is truly wicked. Hold on, this nigga got wicks and he a crasher. He remind me of Necali from Street Fighter 5. For he low key fighting just like that nigga too, if you think about it. It was cool how they fought with Zonka there too. I ain't gonna lie, it was cool how they fought, that little dynamic, using the charm to like redirect Zonka's attacks to Jabber. It was really creative, and I don't know if this makes a lot of sense, but his team up really works in tandem with like their personality and how their relationship is. It's crazy though, cause even after all that shit, Jabber still ain't go down. He almost got away with Rudo the whole time. This is like around the time they teased the whole Watchmen series thing too, so they put a little nugget of information up for us to think about. The wind down to this mission was raw. We finally meet the boss of the cleaners. Shout out for the black representation. We don't see that a lot, bro. Good shit. We also got the full answer of what Rudo's actual power is. It's using items that people throw away or break until they fulfill their true purpose and let them go out at their full potential, in the words of Zonka. And I think that is great storytelling, bro, because it's in line with what he's been doing from episode 1. They also go to the graffiti town and they meet Remlin here too. I like this side story too, like folks being Gob's successor and how artists are like viewed as like spellcasters in this universe. I think one thing that stuck with me with Remlin's character is how like folks view like Gob's death and how folks view like death in general. This may be like thing that a lot of niggas from Chicago do. It might not be actually, but I always felt like death was a thing that doesn't need to be dark all the time. Now, obviously, it's a case by case thing because I didn't experience a lot of it in my 26 years of being here so far. And even when I have homies died prematurely and people that raised me died prematurely, or natural causes and shit, I've always mourned differently. I'm not saying being sad is wrong and shit. Obviously, like, a nigga you loved and cared about is no longer here anymore all of a sudden. Like, that's some crazy shit. But I like to look at the memories and the fact that guardian is now there eternally and they're always looking after me now. That's how I look at it. And those two things give me more reason to live. And I think Remlin's story specifically resonates with me so much because they're an artist and a creative. So even if that pain and that grief comes back, they always express it through their art. And they can also express like the happy memories with their lost ones and shit too, through their art too. And that's what I do. I fuck with Remlin a lot. Their story gives me a reason to like want to see them happy. And I think Side Story is actually really good. And I'm glad they're a character that's around a lot. This next sequence probably got the best writing of the season. The whole arc with Amo was gas. I'm not gonna lie. The fight was really good. Amo also furthered the whole series thing that they planted early on because she had a pair of boots with the same logo as Rudo's gloves. Amo as Loki took control of the right one too, for that motherfucking paint piece was putting in work with that garden hose, bro. Rio almost got her shit water smooth off, twin. Oh my God. You niggas ever seen a garden hose with a switch on it? That shit is crazy. I think I'd rather get shot with an actual gun. This nigga got a Pick 10 pistol as a gardening hose, fuck. He ain't switching shit down. He's spritzing shit down. Fuck is you talking about? I ain't gonna lie, side note, his backstory low-key sad as hell. Like, it's sad as hell, all jokes aside. Him growing flowers and shit to basically keep the memory of his dead wife going, that shit is rough. And Amo's power, like, making him believe that she was coming back to life, like, man, shit. Fuck, nigga, like, shit, man. But let me get my jokes off real quick, cause ain't shit much more funny after this. Bro, when that nigga Rudo took his mask off and cocked that motherfucker back and leaned her shit, nigga, tears. Oh my God, the nigga was tweaking. I instantly went back to Black Star punching Maka and Soul Eater. Tears, nigga. A gender equality CTE Anator is fucking ludicrous. Like, this nigga Rudo don't give a fuck. I'm not an advocate for niggas putting their hands on women in the slightest, but this shit was funny as hell. That shit went from shock to hysterical laughter, but then it just kept going, and the laughter in glee like died out real fast. I'm glad that nigga Engine talks some sense into folks, because folks is on some real demonic shit. Now, this is where all the jokes stop. All the jokes are gone now. Because Amo's backstory might be some of the most disturbing shit I've watched all year by far. Like, all last year by far. Probably even an anime ever, to keep it a bean with niggas. Bro, I don't think anyone that watched this was ready for some shit of this caliber. Finding out that she was sold by her mother to this sick ass, weird ass nigga was wild, but it got so much worse. So I think how the manga author and animators did this whole sequence was masterful. So instead of mirroring this like grim and dark situation with like dark music and dark visuals and shit, instead they decided to actually show how Amo viewed the world. They literally put this in like kids drawing and animated her whole like thing in like a preschool drawing style. Her view of this shit is all super innocent. That's what makes this shit 10 times more disturbing. Her willingly and happily going with this nigga she's never met before, and the little detail of like her crossing her mother's face out in the transaction between her and that weird ass nigga, them alluding to that ritual that they did, and like him gaslighting her into thinking that feeling that she gets when they perform that ritual is love, and it's like a positive, happy feeling that she should be proud to feel. Like, bro, And then they cut back to that same picture animation and showed us what that ritual actually was, and then the detail of the music like going all sour and shit when they drawing them out they clothes and shit. Like, oh my God, bro. Shit is so effective, bro. And then the demonic voice of him saying, "You smell so good, Amo," is crazy too, folks. And then when the Watchmen came through, like the angels that she talked about came through and slept that bitch ass nigga and gave Amo the boost, and then he woke up and started kicking her in the face. Like, dog, this shit was disgusting, bro. I'm glad that nigga got his weird ass stage fatality. I was, but then she asked herself like, why did mother introduce her to him? And it showed the sentence that said like, because she sold you. It showed that scribbled out and she was like, nah, that's not how it is. Mom just wanted Almo to feel love. That shit broke my heart, bro. I was like, yo. Cause even after all that trauma, her view of all this bullshit her OG ended up putting her through, she still had that same like innocent view of the world. And that shit that's tough. Like, that's heartbreaking. And then she finally realized what was happening to her and she was crying and shit. I'm like, damn, bro. And then they took her boots. Right after the niggas left. I'm like, nigga, damn. This is a lot of shit, fuck. I don't think I've ever had a mixed bag of emotions like this from something, like all in a short period of time like this. So thankfully, I watched this episode and like the last episode before this back to back, and I didn't have to wait because I don't think I would have had this experience otherwise. But bro, a nigga went from laughter because Rudo leaned her shit, then to regret because Rudo kept leaning her shit, then to sadness, then to disgust, then from shock, then from anger, then back to disgust, then back to sadness to end it off. I mean this in the best way possible. This has to be one of the nastiest episodes of anime I think I've ever watched. Like, it's up there with episode 15 of ReZero type shit. Like, this is how bad this shit is. And not bad as in quality. I think the way this shit was executed was like absolutely brilliant. But bad as in this is fucked up kind of way. That's what I'm talking about when I say bad. If you've been on my TikTok before, you probably seen the video of me talking about like SA scenes in anime and how I think I can live without them perfectly fine because they make me super uncomfortable. And I feel like I don't think there's ever a circumstance that exists that like it needs to be shown. And I still stand on that 100%. That being said though, I would say that this is probably the most tasteful and quality way I've seen any piece of media handle a topic like this. It's wild because it's kind of difficult to compliment this shit because it's so disturbing, but the creator did such a phenomenal job depicting and how a happy and optimistic kid would view a hopeless and dark situation like this. And this also plucks at the heartstrings a lot for me personally, because as I said before, I hate watching children go through adult bullshit that they're not supposed to go through. So, you know, I hated watching every moment of this shit. And then the fact that I had to go back and rewatch this shit for this video, I wasn't a big fan. I hate the situation, the context, but I can't help but applaud you at how the animators and the manga author and all them niggas handled this shit. This might be the best anime episode that I'll never watch again. And I'm dead ass. This shit was not fun to watch, but it was beautiful. Fuck that weird ass nigga and fuck her mom too. I hate both of you niggas, let's die. Like, type shit. Thank God that's over. I don't want to talk about that no more. This is probably like the most needed wind down I ever needed in the show, because I needed to laugh desperately after this. You know the best person to get the comedy rolling again? Yep, Nurse Ball, nigga. Cue that shit up again, twin.
Ball nigga, ball nigga, ball nigga, ball nigga, ball nigga, looking like a tennis ball. Nigga, haircut tendonism, haircut falling off the ball.
That nigga really said haircut got tendonism. That shit is nuts, bro. That shit funny as hell. They also got back to Cleaner HQ and they showed my wife sending you back in action, bro. That shit was insane. Shorty ass grabbed that RPG shot and brung that bitch around town and sent that hoe right back at that nigga. That shit was nuts. She was dodging bullets and shit. That shit was crazy for her. I think I love her. I ain't gonna lie. Zoldil pulling up in that restaurant was fire. That shit was raw. And that setup for the final battle, that was God, like with the portals and shit. They transported the whole team. That was fire. Then we got the final arc, which is the Raiders versus the Cleaners. And man, this shit was heat, bro. This shit was great. They did this perfectly too, in my opinion. They split everyone up into like one-on-one matchups pretty much across the board. I know that nigga Zonka was pissed. I would have been mad as hell seeing that nigga Jabber come out that portal for his fight. Like, nigga, no, not again, bro. I don't want to fight this nigga again, bro. But then they was throwing them bitches, and Jabber low-key insane, bro. Cause like he could just make new toxins whenever he want, he do it cause he get bored. Like, bro, get your crazy ass back in that portal and give me a different opponent, bro. What you mean you getting bored creating poison? Then this nigga got the nerve to lock in and actually go all out. Like, bro, fuck on, man. Like, you mean to tell me you just been chilling even the first time we fought you, folk? And look how he jumping up and down with them bitches, bro. Get me out of here, bro. You can let it all hang out. This nigga freaky too, bro. Get away from me, bro. Jabber was relentless as shit too, bro. Bro had an S-tier rush down, man. Bro extended his arms and started spinning and made a whole ass poison typhoon. Nigga just making up his moves as he go on, folks. Zonka tried to rush in and got hit with the flying dropkick of doom. That shit look like it hurt. This type of shit that'll bring a tear to Tom possessed stink meter eyes, bro. Jabber tried to stab him with them French tips, and low-key, that nigga Zonka crazy as hell too, cause he caught them bitches with his teeth. Like, boy, hell no. Spoon biting ass nigga. I know a Spoon used to get tenderized whenever he was eating a box of Honey Smacks, nigga. Zaka was fighting though. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta give him his props. Zaka was fighting though. That shit was raw when he planted his staff to the ground, did like the Devil May Cry 3 Dante pose swing thing. That shit was fire. I ain't gonna lie. But in the words of Kendrick Lamar, dun, 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 it's not enough. That left claw hit him with the oopie goopy toxin, and that got his ass, bro. They started to show my nigga backstory. I was like, hold on, y'all. What y'all on, bro? And you know when niggas be getting sudden backstory, that mean they ass about to die. Side note, his backstory is pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. At this point, for a character we seen this much, we ain't know like a lot about Zonka for real. And I'm glad I got to see how Engine recruited him and like his motivation to like, you know, catch up to the white hair shorty with the natural talent and shit. I think that was pretty cool. But then they cut back to Zonka. It looked like he was about to tee up, but hell no, it's just all an illusion. The oopie goopy toxin that got my nigga, bro. He on the ground tweaking, folks. Left claw was laced with fent. That left claw was laced with endive left titty underboob sweat. That shit was laced with holographic meatloaf grease. Then to make it worse, the nigga Jabber got the emoting something crazy too, for he was hitting that shit too. Like you can't even laugh, bro. That nigga was going stupid. The nigga Zenka started laughing. And Jabber got jealous of his neurotoxin high, bro. Folks was like, hey, that ain't no fit. That fit never hit me like that. Let me get in on this shit, nephew. And laid down and got to laughing with the nigga. like SpongeBob and Patrick under that heat lamp in Shell City type shit. And then like the fight ended as Jabber like drug folks' body to go get fed to the trash beast. He hit that bitch too. He hit that same shit. That manager, it's the greatest thing in my life. Oh shit, man. He hit that bitch too, fuck. But then folks just got his ass shot out of nowhere. I'm like, damn, fool, who got a Gen 5 as a vital instrument, my nigga? Side note, Zoda taking that charitable chomp out that roach was crazy, cause who does nigga think he is? He think he Tyler the Creator or some shit? Rio versus Noerde was low-key raw as shit too. Noerde power kinda cool. She fight with her hair and shit. She got static locks. You get it? Cause her, you know, her hair electric and it rhymes with static shock. Dab me up in that bitch, don't leave me hanging, fuck. Dab me up. Any fight with Rio fighting is like damn near bound to be raw as hell, simply because her ass be over there like playing Dance Revolution with them fat ass scissors, folks. She be moving crazy with them shits, like endless spinning Roonies type shit on some Booker T type shit. It's cool how this is written too, cause she fights with her hair and Rio uses scissors, so it's seemingly a bad matchup for Noerde. But her hair is also electric and her scissors are metal, so it's kind of like reversing the matchup in her favor. They got me too, because I thought Rio was about to turn her ass into ball nigga. What are you talking about? Noerde had them bitches though. That spin kick deflection was crazy, but that gut check center mass was insane. You know that punch Rio doing like the Metsu Shoryuken when he punched a nigga in the gut and the screen started shaking because the impact was kind of crazy? That's how I viewed this. That wasn't the only thing she took out of Ryu bag though. Shorty ass walked up on Rio ass with a whole ass Hadouken charge. I was like, hey yo, where you teach that? Where they teach that shit at? Then this shit really got the juke when Rio put them scissors away. Bro, they got the throwing them bitches, bro. This shit was so beautiful. Bro, no lie, this might have been one of the best hand-to-hand exchanges I've seen in a fat ass minute. Probably since like Super Cube. And that's some high ass praise, cause that Chinese animation be hitting like Trauma and the Black Family type shit. Like that's some good ass praise for that shit. This fight was so goated, but I wasn't prepared for how funny this shit was about to end. Dog, when Noerde knocked them scissors away from her, Shorty just blicked her shit. Just pulled out a gun and blicked her shit, bro. I think I was laughing at this shit for a smooth like 5 minutes straight, bro. Rio said, yeah, you're too strong, and curried her shit. That shit was crazy. And we learned a lot about Rio in this one moment too. Shorty a whole ass demon. I thought Shorty was a little crazy, but turned out her ass King Von, folks. She talking about Engine got her on a tight leash. And I'm not gonna lie, I need folks to loosen his grip on that leash a little bit, because I'm trying to see like what her last job was really about, and like how far Shorty would go when she tweak out, folks. I hope moving forward we get to see her backstory for real, because I'm trying to see like how her last job was, because Shorty like top of the class when it comes to catching hats, for her ass had a Victorian, my nigga. Zodel Loki drops a bombshell on niggas too and lets people know like they in a trash beast, and he plans to like use it to cross the border of the sphere where Rudo is from. He also shows Rudo his coat, revealing that it's from the same Watchmen series. But I really think that he was trying to, he flee as hell. I think he was trying to do a money spread with his Montclair. That's what I really think he was doing, but I guess he was trying to show him that it was a Watchmen series type shit. And he also reveals like that he wants to find a person that made the Watchmen series. All this kind of raises a question too though, because how did Regato get his hands on them bitches if these shits are so important? And it also makes me think that like he knew more than he was leading on, and like maybe he gave Rudo these specifically on purpose, because his last words to him was change this shit world and how the world is. The face off between Bundes, Deer, and Santa was funny as hell. Deer's powers is hilarious, bro. I knew when they first showed him, I knew that nigga was gonna be gross. It was funny as hell. He started punching that wall and nothing was happening, but then you just heard them thuds getting louder and louder, folk, and then it showed the wall, the holes in the wall sequentially get bigger when he went further down. The jokes write themselves, bro. Bro, they need to revive that nigga that did that foul shit to Amo, tie him up, and have Deer just punch his ass for 10 minutes straight, bro. That would satisfy the fuck out of me. I swear it would. The shit is hilarious, bro. It might be a new reoccurring joke on this shit too, for like using that as a punishment. That just sounds funny as hell. That sequence in the car was funny as hell too. They was like steering the fuck out of that wheel. That hole wasn't even connected to nothing. I'm not gonna lie. That little maneuver that Santa did with his scarf to swerve the car around, that was clean as shit. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That engine pull up was clean too, for I'm not gonna lie. That shit was worthy of an and one and buzzer beater stance. Like that shit was worthy of one of them, folk. Then Zodo was like, okay, that's only one person, and then everybody else funneled in. That shit was raw as hell too, folk. It gave me real Black Bulls pulling up to save Funeral energy. That shit was tough. And now we're pretty much ready for the final, like the finale of the fight type shit. I'm not gonna lie, the other two really didn't have like fights. Engine didn't attack the little dude, and Deer and Senna didn't really attack Brundis like straight up. So I thought we weren't going to see them really do much, but nah, this nigga Brundis is gross, bro. I was not familiar with Fo's game in the slightest. I'm sorry. He was putting in hella work with them arms. He raw as hell too. Each one of his arms was able to handle like a different cleaner in like the perfect way. Like the nigga has the power to control 7 or 8 like 10-0 matchups at the same time, gang. That's nuts. And as he grows older, I think he can grow more arms too. So you know what that means. This nigga needs to be dealt with now. This nigga's a whole cheat code. And they talking about he a rookie. And when it comes to this Raider shit, then what the fuck do a vet look like, gang? What are we talking about here? If he a rookie, I would hate to see what Zodil and Portal nigga got up their devious ass sleeves, bro. I would hate to see it. It was looking real bad till Rudo locked in, and boy did Rudo lock in. That nigga turned that nail gun into a nator of preposterous proportions and let that bitch sing, bro. That shit was crazy. I know that nigga Brundis was like, what the fuck is that? I just know he was. That shit fried every arm he had. Shit almost fried his real arms. Now, all the niggas needed to do at this point was to hit the core and stop the trash beat before they got to the border. But then Static Locks pulled back up on even more bullshit than before. Apparently, that electricity has POP hold it down property, cause that shit was pinning them niggas to the ground like Blue Note Magic from Fairy Tail. Straight frying them niggas, gang. Frying them niggas circus, folks. Then a new problem arose. That Nator that Rudo shot earlier opened a fat ass hole in the trash beast. So now there's a fat ass tunnel to death if you go through that bitch. No way they got her ass fried at that border. Like that shit was wild. That shit low-key like erased her ass from existence. I remember yelling damn pretty loudly when I seen that shit. I'm not gonna lie. One thing I did notice here, when that Deathbringer opened its arms, it had the Watchmen series symbol on its chest. And that opened a whole nother mystery about this whole Watchmen series shit. Like who made this shit? This nigga's a god. Gita came through pretty clutch here. Her transformation is fire. Fire, bro. I didn't think they would let her turn into like an actual whole ass like dragon. And the funny thing is that Santa said that she can't go past 3. So it makes you think, what does level 4 and up look like in a fight type shit? So I'm super excited about seeing that too. But all in all, they destroyed the core and they all survived. And that was a good ending. I ain't gonna lie. That was really raw. The wind down to this shit was great too. I actually love how they handled the whole situation with Zonka and like why Zonka got his ass washed. Cause I was definitely wondering like, damn, why was that the nigga the only one that was like getting his ass fried like that? Remlin low-key funny as hell, cause why folks get this nigga a whole Quagmire Discovers Internet Flicks arm, fo? Like that shit was ridiculous, bro. Nigga play entirely too much, bro. And I like how Zonka handled it too. Like not leaning on the protection seal too much and using it as motivation to like pursue strength and become stronger and shit. That shit was cool. I also love the little awkward moment where Rudo tries to cheer Remlin up, showing like he still got a lot of like growing to do socially. That field trip episode was funny as hell too. I ain't really expect them to have a whole like white van, hey kids, you want some candy ass nigga try to kidnap them. That was kind of crazy. He tried that with the wrong niggas. And I know he regretted because that nigga Rudo kicked that nigga in the nuts so hard that his grandchildren gonna be infertile. Somebody gonna suffer the consequences of that kick. I ain't gonna let all in all, Gachiakuta left us with a lot of shit to look forward to. You got the big thing, which is the whole mystery of the Watchmen series. You got the Raiders and Zetsu ass nigga trying to like join the cleaners and like have Engine like order him around. You got the Hell Guard looking for Rudo. Side note, that was real smooth with the leader sending them on that trip before they pulled up. Really smooth. They show Amo at the end of the episode, and they show, I believe that was Tamsi that visited her, the guy that was with them on the Amo mission with Rudo and shit. And that raises hella questions like, does he have her locked up, or is this a I'm here to help type situation? And the big ass bombshell they dropped at the end, Rudo having like the same last name as the first spellcaster that drew the mural in the graffiti town. Like, this shit low-key kind of nasty how they ended this shit. It's a nasty place to end this, I'm not gonna lie. But Gachiakuta done definitely made a nigga a fan, bro. I'm a fan, pretty convincingly too. They gave us some really quality shit, and like in the last few episodes, they built a bunch of other shit and basically told all our ass like, yeah, bitch ass nigga, you gonna come back for a season 2 if you want all your questions answered. And I do want my questions answered, I'm not gonna lie. And they still haven't like fully settled their score with the Raiders too, meaning that like, we're gonna get more of Jabber's funny ass. We're gonna eventually see Zodil fight too. And I know he's gonna be gross. We still don't know really much about everybody in the cleaners too, like all their motivations and shit. So we got a lot of stuff to look forward to in season 2. And I can't lie, I couldn't be more excited to see this shit. But that's all for me, man. As always, man, I hope you niggas have a great day, man. Love y'all, man. Peace.